Hey, welcome. You know that feeling, those first few minutes of class that can be just a little bit chaotic? Students are coming in, there's stuff going on, and it can be a real challenge to get everybody on the same page. Well, today, we're going to break down exactly how to turn that chaos into a super powerful, predictable, and, really productive routine.
Seriously, just picture it for a second. No more wasted time. No more repeating yourself over and over. Just a smooth, automatic shift right into learning mode. That's what we're going to walk through. A simple but incredibly effective framework to make that a reality.
And what's the magic number? It's just 5 minutes. That's it. The source material we're looking at is crystal clear. This little window of time right at the very beginning is all it takes to set the stage for the order, the respect, and the focus you need for the entire rest of the lesson.
So, why are we so focused on the start? Well, because when you establish a routine, one that's all about order and cleanliness right from the get-go, you're sending this really powerful nonverbal signal. You're basically telling your students, hey, this space and this time, it's valuable. We take it seriously. It's such a simple way to get ahead of distractions before they even start.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. The whole process kicks off with three really simple actions. The whole point of these is to create a respectful and focused vibe from the instant students walk through the door. Think of these as the foundation you're going to build the rest of your awesome lesson on.
So the first three things are super straightforward. First, a mutual greeting. Then, a quick scan of the room. You're just looking for basic tidiness, making sure bags are put away and there's no trash lying around. And finally, making sure the whiteboard is clean and totally ready for action. Seems simple, right? But believe me, when you do it consistently, it is so effective.
Let's just zoom in on that greeting for a second. This isn't just about being polite. This specific script, this sort of call and response, it creates a really clear, respectful, and collective start to the lesson. It's a small thing, but it's a powerful moment where everyone gets on the same page together.
And this brings up a really important point about fairness. When you get students involved in stuff like cleaning the board, the source really emphasizes how crucial it is to rotate that job. You want to avoid any hint of playing favorites. And as you can see here, a job board is a fantastic, super transparent way to manage all of that.
All right, so once you've set that positive tone, we move on to the next three routines. These are all about logistics, basically getting all the practical stuff sorted out immediately so it doesn't pop up and cause interruptions down the road.
Okay, next up, students get all their materials out and ready to go. Then, you use a really clear, designated system for collecting homework, no confusion. And finally, you get those lesson objectives written up on the board. Each step is just systematically knocking out a potential reason for a student to get distracted later on. It's brilliant.
And the source material makes an absolutely crucial point right here about visibility. See, writing the objectives on the board turns them into this constant reference point. It lets students actually track their own progress and understand the why behind what they're doing for the whole class period. Okay, so you've got the 6 steps. But how do you turn this from just a checklist into something that's effortless? Something that's, well, automatic? Let's dig into how you make these new routines actually stick for the long haul. The key here is really just 2 things, patience and repetition. The source material suggests it takes about 1 to 2 weeks of doing this every single day for these routines to become second nature. So don't get discouraged if it's not perfect right out of the gate. Just stick with it. And here's the final piece of advice, and it might be the most powerful one. If you want to see this work on a bigger scale, consistency is everything. When students have the same predictable routines in every single class, the effect just gets magnified, and this whole system becomes part of the school's culture. So we've covered a lot, from that simple greeting ritual all the way to using a job board. Just remember, you don't have to do it all at once. The final question here is for you. What is the one small step, the one routine that you can put into practice tomorrow to start mastering your first 5 minutes?